Good evening from New York. The torture debate ended today. It was at 8:40 a.m. Central Daylight Time. It was in the most unlikely of venues, the radio studio of a Chicago shock jock named Eric Mancow Muller, fully of the right to the degree that he once claimed on air that Barack Obama was a secret Muslim, then called then DNC Chairman Howard Dean a, quote, traitor, and once insisted with no qualifications that waterboarding was not torture. Our fifth story in the countdown. And then he had himself waterboarded today to prove that it was not torture.
How long is the average person, can they take this?
About 14 seconds.
14 seconds?
That's the average. 14 seconds done properly, yeah.
Now we've got to get your face covered here, all right?
Here we go.
We're going to get it nice and wet.
He's dunking the cloth in a bucket of water now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get ready to put it over your face, okay?
Okay.
All right, it's going over Mancow's face.
Should you cover my mouth too?
No, we want to see you scream.
We want to see him scream. All right. All right, we're coming up here. All right, EMT Rossi standing by?
Yes.
All right. All right, good luck, my friend.
Don't move your head, okay? One.
You gonna hold my nose?
Yeah, I'm holding your nose. I'm holding his nose as he speaks, okay?
Move down a little. You're squeezing the top of my nose. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Well, I have to get over here that way.
All right.
I can get a good grip.
All right, here's the bucket of water in his hand.
All right.
The sergeant is over Mancow's head.
We're going to do it on 5, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, I lied. Ooh, water going.
All right, that's it. That's it. All right.
Oh, God.
Mancow is soaked.
Oh.
Mancow is soaked. We all got a little water on him. How you doing, buddy? All right.
Oh.
You're soaked, man. How do you feel? You want the EMT?
No.
The EMT's here.
No, it's okay. It is.
Catch your breath.
I'm fine. It is way worse than I thought it would be. And it is way worse than I thought it would be. And that's no joke.
Would you consider that torture?
Look, all that's been done to this country, and I heard about water being dropped on someone's face, and I never considered torture. Even when I was laying there, I thought this is going to be no big deal. I go swimming. It's going to be like being in the tub. It is such an odd feeling to have water poured down your nose and your mouth with your head back. It was instantaneous. I thought I could hold out 30 seconds, 60 seconds. It was instantaneous. And I don't want to say this. I do not want to say this. Absolutely torture.
You do?
Absolutely. I mean, that's drowning.
Absolutely torture, he says. That's drowning, he says. If he were being interrogated in that way, he added later, I would confess to anything. Mr. Mueller lasted 6 seconds. And he, unlike prisoners who were waterboarded, had a toy cow that he could throw, and he had had enough. And he, unlike prisoners who were waterboarded, obviously knew it would end. He knew it would not kill him. And he, unlike prisoners who were waterboarded, was not subject to any other potential element of being a prisoner, like confinement or sleep deprivation or temperature extremes, or having it done to him another 182 times. As a healthy 42-year-old man, Mr. Mueller underwent what might be easily called the Rolls-Royce version of waterboarding. 6 seconds torture. Let's turn to MSNBC political analyst, contributor to the Huffington Post, Lawrence O'Donnell. Lawrence, good evening.
Good to be with you, Keith.
Let's recall one of the lines from Mr. Cheney's speech yesterday. To call this a program of torture is to libel dedicated professionals. Did this demonstration pretty much tell Mr. Cheney where he could put that sentiment?
Finally, yes, Keith. And the fact that it comes from the conservative side of the radio world, I think, gives it more credibility even. I spoke to a Navy SEAL, former Navy SEAL last week, who went through this process in the training programs that we've all heard about. He said it was torture. He said there are, even though you know that they're going to stop, it feels like drowning. It is supposed to feel like drowning. That's what the radio guy just said, that it was drowning. And so waterboarding is an inadequate term for what the torture is. The torture is drowning. And if they continue it, you will drown. You can be drowned this way, and you are meant to feel like you're drowning. And that's exactly what he experienced. You feel like you're dying. That is torture.
And this is the right guy to have done this, and I credit him for doing this because he didn't reveal this till afterwards, but as a child he said he had in fact had drowned and had to be revived. So he knew what he was talking about when he said it's not just that it's torture, it is drowning. Is the failure perhaps to get this point across the simple semantics of this, the terminology? Could it be that simply stupid that people actually believed, as he said, it was some water being poured on the face, that the point has not been made sufficiently? It is not artificial or simulated drowning. It's drowning, and then they stop it just before you die.
Well, this is a guy who's been listening to the debate, obviously, you know, for the better part of a year, and had an impression that you are on a board and someone pours water on your face, and big deal. He has discovered what a big deal it is. And look, there's an account that I've read on the air at MSNBC of someone who was waterboarded in that training program that the military runs, and he said that he experienced it as torture when he went through it. He gave a very detailed account of it, and the more of this that we can see, and if Sean Hannity is ever going to step up to your challenge, it can only advance our knowledge about what this actually is. I think the key word is drowning. That's what we should be shifting the semantics to.
A quick vision of the big picture, Lawrence. This will impact the debate how, do you suppose?
Well, I spent the morning on one of the network morning shows with Liz Cheney telling me that waterboarding is not torture, which is the family line. And so it wastes a certain segment of the discussion that you have to go through that whole issue of is it or is it not torture. Of course, you know, Cheney dictated legal memos, you know, to the hacks, the lawyer hacks in the administration to say that this isn't torture. And that's what he's relying on when he and the Cheney family assert that it isn't. But the more of these experiments we do and the more videotape we have on them, the more that notion just disappears.
And the right answer, or the right's answer to this will be what? A, he wasn't really a conservative. B, ignore it. C, oh, we never did anything that bad.
Well, they will definitely try to ignore it, but if they are forced to address it, remember, Sean Hannity still tells his audience that we did indeed find weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. So there is no such thing as winning with minds like that by using things like facts.
MSNBC political analyst, contributor to the Huffington Post, Lawrence O'Donnell. Great thanks. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Keith.
A conservative radio talk host, no longer able to defend waterboarding. The most eloquent testimony about it imaginable. It wasn't just torture.